Education is the key. Education is the key. Education is the key. Education is the key.
Indeed, education is the key. Uncle Tom went to school, and today he's already a minister. We want to say thank you and welcome to this very special program where we are focusing on education. Education, it's a co-production of eBase, and they are bringing the performance-based financing project for us to share the ideas and what they have prepared for us today. I'm surrounded by 1, 2, 3 women. I'm in the middle here alone. Don't ask me why. We will go around the table just fast as possible, and then we introduce the topic we have for us. I'll begin with my list video a little bit far. Can you shift a little bit closer to your mic? Get a little bit closer to your mic. Yes, from the far right end of my mic. Yes, Mark.
Okay, thank you, and welcome to all our fervent listeners to this another edition of this program. I'm Dr. Focho Gladys, member of the project team.
Dr. Focho Gladys, you have been a regular participant with us in this program, and next to you and to my right, my dear, you are a little bit far away from your microphone. Shift a bit closer.
Good morning again to all our listeners out there. Want to say welcome again to another session of this program. I just wish that we stay tuned and listen and contribute to this wonderful program. Thank you.
And
my name is Madame Ge Odenja.
Okay, Madame Ge Odet is with us. Yes, to my left.
Good morning, listeners of Abakwa. This is Njumanu Constance Ayongo. I'm privileged to be on set today. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay,
Shea.
thanks a lot. No, it's the Pupils program. It's not a Shea's program. The people are good there to listen to you.
I'm
Shea is
part
just there
of
to
the
coordinate.
team.
Good. I'm happy to hear that you are part of the team. This morning we are talking on strategies that PBF can take that can make good use of them to attain educational for the pupils to be served and to be served better. Let me just begin with you, Odette, just briefly. Let's tell the people again what PBF is all about. We've been doing it severally, but I think it's good for us to remind the people that we take off.
Yes, thank you. It's good that whenever we want to start this program, there are some listeners out there that are coming up for the first time. So that's why we deem it necessary to always introduce what PBF is all about. PBF, which is performance-based financing, is payment of incentives to teachers based on pre-agreed results delivered. Teachers are paid a bonus or incentives if they deliver certain indicators which have been pre-agreed with the contracting and verification agency. The contracting and verification agency here is referring to us, the supervisors. So the teachers are responsible to make sure they attend these indicators before now we come and verify and pay them. Then the activities of these indicators are prepared by the teachers, which the head teacher and the inspectors of basic with the head teacher and the inspectors of basic education. These indicators are verified by PBF supervisor before bonuses are paid at, as I earlier explained. The indicators are classified as follows. One is inclusion of schools. That is, if you meet up with certain criteria, you'll be included, your school will be included into this program.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you just give us you said the agreed the criterion that you have to meet for your school to be reached, right? You were talking of some criterion that you use to determine the really the schools, how qualified the schools are, or is it the teachers?
I said that these indicators, the first
Yes,
the first indicator here is inclusion of schools.
Okay, can you, when you get to a particular point, inclusion of schools, what are you talking about?
Inclusion of school is for you to be included into the PBF program.
Okay.
So in this inclusion of school, you have a certain criteria to meet up with them.
Okay.
Before now your school is included.
Good. Just what are the criteria that you have to meet up with before your school is included?
Okay, under the inclusion of school, we have the school. For your school to be included, they have to be the existence of a school council. They have to be the existence of a PTA board.
Okay.
Okay. They have to be school improvement plan and quarterly action plan. They have to be they have to be a bank account.
Okay.
Yes. The bank account with at least 3 signatories. That is the head teacher signatory, the inspector, and the secretary.
Okay.
Yes,
So
those are the 3 signatories that have to be there before now you sign the contract with PBF.
Okay. Apart from inclusion of schools, the other ones?
Access and retention of pupils.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe, Doctor, are you ready there to throw a small light on that?
Okay. Talking about
It's not okay. That way.
access and retention as one of the indicators. This means that the school, remember we earlier said that the activities are supposed to be agreed or developed by the school and by the teachers and the head teachers. So when it comes to access and retention, we are expecting that the teachers, or the head teachers and the PTA parents and all those involved are supposed to come up with activities that will enable children to get access to the school, for children to be admitted in the school. So some children are there in the quarters. Why are they not coming to school? Maybe they don't have money for PTA fees. Maybe they don't have money to buy books. Maybe they don't have, money to even clothes and shoes to come to school, and so on and so forth. So they find out reasons why children are not coming to school and come up with strategies how to bring the children to school. And when we talk of retention, we are talking about, making the children stay in school until completion. Let's say from primary 1, they have to go through their cycle and complete in primary 6. So they should also come up with strategies in order to help the children to stay in school without being dismissed, without dropping out by themselves and things
what
like that.
education is commonly called halfway children.
Yes,
They don't they study education, they don't go through 1 or 2 things, keeps them at home, and at the end of the day they are not in school, they are not at home, they are not educated, they are just lost somewhere.
Yes, so she should be there.
Doctor, how successful has this been?
Well, even though the program has not come to an end, but from monitoring what is going on,
Yes.
we can say it has been successful to an extent.
Okay.
Because the school, the rate of inclusion of children in school is increasing.
Okay.
In the schools under the program.
Okay, under the
And
PBF program.
PBF program.
Okay.
And we don't have, cases of children dropping out for one reason or the other.
That's
so
interesting.
far, so good.
So so interesting. Next, you people are mentioning quality of education as one of the indicators. Odette?
Okay, thank you. Well, the next indicator here, we talk about quality of education. Under quality of education, we have teachers' attendance rate in classroom.
Okay.
So, teachers' attendance rate in classroom. How frequently or regularly do teachers come to the class for children to have that quality of education? Yes.
All right. Yeah, and you measure that. How do you measure that? You are far away. The teacher is there alone. The teacher can just sit down and sign any nonsense in the name of being present in school.
So, for we have documents that we as the supervisor, we do follow up, even, and they are supervisors too on the field, that they go to the schools regularly to see whether the teachers are following the criteria that PBF has given them to meet up, so that to make sure that children have this quality of education.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Yes, doctor.
I also want to add that with respect to quality, we lay emphasis on student participation in class, and this we measure by the possession of books, especially writing books,
didactic material,
the basic ones, of course. Also, who use chalk and armband, maybe in primary one, because we know that when the children have this, they can, write down, take down their notes, they can do exercises and so on. So children must be able to participate in the learning process. So we encourage the schools, to enable the students get this didactic material.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, even under this quality of education too, the percentage of teachers who at least have one coaching session concerning PBF, how PBF operate, how PBF want the school to operate, so that these children should have quality of education is also supervised.
To have quality education. Yes, that is supervised. You say you people keep on moving around the clock to supervise the teachers and their performance. What have been some of the difficulties doing that?
For now, we are just having some little challenges, just that sometimes, since they are supervisors based on the field, sometimes to get to them so that you have a result on time is difficult due to the bad network that we have.
Okay.
So those are just the little challenges that we can have sometimes due to, because today there is school, they will go to school, today people will not be going to the school because of the crisis that we have at hand.
Okay.
Yes.
Away from that, governance is one of the indicators you have to ensure that the program is a success or date.
Okay. Governance. When we look at the documents that we have already received per governance, we see that governance in schools has improved, because there is the existence of the school council. So when PBF, when we went to have a workshop with them, we coach them how they have to create that school council, how the school council have to operate, and the members that make up that school council. And most of the schools were not having, but because PBF came in, they are having, and because of that, the governance in school has increased.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, let me also add the idea of having the contribution of the school improvement plan and quarterly plan or action plan, to governance. When you plan ahead of time, it is easier for you to implement, what
the plan of action.
So we insist on schools on having their plans, and also of being transparent with their budgets. It's part of good governance. So the budgets have to be pasted up for everybody to see what is used for what, and so on and so forth. Okay,
interesting. Have you had a situation where you are not satisfied with with what you budgeted, and let me see what is out, what you sent out, and you came back and you are not very satisfied with what you left out?
No, for now we have not yet have that problem.
Okay.
Yes, for now we are not having that problem, except since the program has not come to an end. Yes, we are still, but we're praying that we should not have that, hoping that we should not have that kind of problem.
What the economists will say, ceteris paribus, everything being equal.
Everything being equal.
We want to move faster a bit before we come back, and then we may open our lines. We are going to open our lines, but not now. I want us to take the last point, which is security and safety. Yes, Constance, please. I'm sorry, juggling between the two, at times you get lost somewhere. Yes,
yeah.
Constance.
Okay, they are the experts
Yep,
in this
yeah.
field.
But at least I know from the other end, DBV, you speak and you speak out everything.
So for the school security and safety, PBF is looking at the existence of contingency plans and response plans, where the school has maybe a safe school community with parents being represented. Community leaders are involved in mapping out the risks in the school to ensure that the children are safe. We have emergency planning and monitoring. Here we are looking at a situation where in case of an attack, we know we are in conflict and crisis. What are the strategies that the school together with the community has put in place to ensure that the children are safe? We are also looking at the health component of security and safety, the availability of wash components, there is bucket, soap, and other facilities to ensure that children are safe in school.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the airwaves of Abakwa FM 99.0. We are talking we are talking on the topic the strategies that PBF they can use to better the educational attainment of pupils in our schools. We are going to take a breath, just some 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We'll catch our breath, and when we come back, we are going to open our telephone lines and we are going to continue. So for now, let's catch our breath with some music.
We went to school today, he's my minister. And Dora Kuyili was once a little child. She went to school today, ambassador. I love to go to school, to learn to read and write. I love to go to school, I want to be a doctor. I love to go to school, to learn to read and write. I love to go to school, I want to be a lawyer. Education. Education is the key. 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 Uncle Jonathan was once a little child. He went to school today. My president, Uncle Oyedepo, was once a little child. He went to school today. A great minister, Auntie Okonji-Iweala, was once a little.
It's an education it's a program that is tilted towards education, towards ensuring that our children gain just the best as far as education is concerned. It's courtesy of eBase via the airwaves of Abakwa FM 99.0. We are talking education, performance-based financing. Dr. Tony.
Yeah, there's something when the doctor was talking about signatories to accounts. He mentioned that they were bringing a person there called a personnel there called the secretary. Who is this secretary? And the secretary is coming from which direction? And the second one is now can the personnel of a given establishment initiate impromptu projects that have something to do with the welfare of the children, and your organization will sponsor? Because when you teach, you observe, you are with the children every day, you are on daily basis. From time to time, you listen to them, you know their problems and so on, and you may decide to initiate a project for the welfare of those children. Do you people sponsor those kind of projects? Thank you.
Thank you. Let me just, Doctor, the headsets, I know that they were not there. Can you, the project sponsor, can a PBF, can we sponsor projects for that have been brought by people around so that they can help the children? Can we sponsor projects, Dr. Ida?
If I got the question
Constance,
right,
yeah.
Dr. Okwen, Dr. Tony is trying to ask that can the school, together with the community, bring out projects that will be aimed at improving the educational attainment of children? Can the school propose projects
To be sponsored.
and PBF sponsors this project?
That is the word of Dr. Tony. Whether it's not that way, well.
Okay, I cannot really answer that question, but I will reflect from last time that there was a similar question, although it was not exactly like this one. But and why Dr. Okwen was here, our team leader was here, he said that if you have a challenge like this, like something that is really pricking your mind that you really need to do to better the educational attainment of pupils, you can a number was given, the number of e-base was given to, I don't know, somebody called and was asking from Bali. The person was from Bali, asking because he was saying that he has a school that is facing difficulties, facing some challenges, and he was thinking that the school should be involved in PBF.
Right.
So doctor said that you write a letter addressed to e-base Africa.
All right.
Then
Okay.
go from
Doctor,
there.
the first question that Tony had, that's where I got lost somewhere. He was trying to find out, you mentioned the secretary for, during this, in this process of signing signatures for the bank account, he was trying to find out where the secretary comes from. I think that's where I got lost.
Okay.
In this forum where you have those who are there to man the activities in a particular school, I think one of the signatories to their bank account is a secretary. I think that's where Dr. Tony is trying to find out where he comes from. I think he's trying to find out whether it's from the e-base or he's from the direct from the schools or from community.
Okay, he was. I don't know whether he's asking.
No,
why
yes,
the secretary.
no. He's trying to find out where. Is it from e-base? The secretary is from e-base. The signatory is from the e-base organization or from the school authorities?
No, from the school authorities.
Okay.
From the school authorities,
Okay.
because they are in charge of the of the bank account.
All right.
Yes.
That's the
It's
question.
coming from the school.
It's on CB on Bakwa FM 99.0. You can participate. You can share with us if you have got a question on a performance based financing that is coming to us via this airwaves in collaboration with e-base. Constance, I saw you.
I just want to. Dr. Tony was mixing up his worry a little bit. Now, if it's a school that is already into PBF,
All right.
that we have a contract with, if the school has a contract with PBF, the school can design projects that have indicators
All right.
that fall within our indicators: access and retention, security and safety, governance, and all that. The school can design projects that fall within these indicators, and then we'll follow up with the projects and see if they meet our criteria, and of course we'll sponsor the project.
Okay.
Remember, PBF is how you work. You pay as you go. So if you put in more efforts and do more projects that fall in line with our indicators, that definitely means you have more money.
And do we have a bottom line for sponsorship? Like how much money do you think we can spend? It may not be possible.
No, it goes according to your achievement, the level of achievement that you have achieved each indicator.
All right.
For now, this is a pilot phase.
Yes.
And there are some indicators that PBF cannot pay. But when we will scale out, very soon there will be scale out. When there will be scale out, I think
Those ones will be included.
those ones will be included. Very heavy projects will be included. But for now, we have a limit. Doctor wants to say
Yes.
No, I just wanted to add that there is a maximum. It's not like it is a limit without limit. It's a maximum
I was just trying to find out the
that-
base from where we can begin and where we
where
end.
we can end.
Yeah.
There is, but which we cannot.
Okay, we don't
here.
disclose it.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting. It's our telephone lines are on 674-732-580, 674-732-580, 658-522-437. Yes, Odette, I see you. You have a point you want to raise. Okay, let's take Dr. Tony once again. Hello,
Yes.
Dr. Tony.
One time when I was listening to Doctor, you were talking about only about government schools and so on. But you usually have some private schools that are really that have some of these vulnerable children and so on, and they may not have, they may need attention of you people. So, do you limit yourself only to government schools?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's good, Tony. Tony is finding out whether your activities are only limited to public schools, and whether you are not throwing any light or turning your own eyes equally on private schools. Audit?
No, we are not focusing only on public schools. I don't know. We have lay private schools. We have mission schools. We have community schools that we are. Yes, we are dealing with 24 schools for now. That is 12 in Boyo and 12 in Manfi.
Good.
But all those schools are not public schools.
Okay.
Yes.
Tony, I think your answer has been handled. Your worry has been handled, Tony. They say they are doing it for everybody. A school is a school, and whichever school can come in, the opportunity is given.
Be the king of the festive season and experience unforgettable moments with Orange. Until the 15th of February 2022, you will have plenty to celebrate. 500 smart TVs, 15 brand new cars, and 5,000 francs every 5 minutes to win. Just dial #111*1# or go to my Orange app.
Orange.
You are listening to Alpha FM Radio, the station at your service.
Welcome back after that break, that commercial break. We are still here with a team from eBase. We are talking about. We are going to talk next about the use of the following strategies to better educational better educational attainment of the pupils. And Constance, I think you are going to you should squarely step in this particular.
Yes.
Now, just begin by PBF. I mean, give us the support. Area.
Some of the strategies are strategies that we have already put in place, and the very first one is that PBF supports the provision of basic learning materials like exercise books, pens, pencils, rulers, school bags. So a child shouldn't stay at home and not come to school because the child is lacking these materials. So when PBF strengthens this particular point, you see that it will go a long way to increase the educational attainment of pupils.
Okay. I went from that. I think we've got quite a good number of them below there. You've support to the provision of basic needs. Yes, you mentioned them.
I mentioned Doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay.
Dr.
Well, the next point is about other basic needs, like we said earlier, like clothes and shoes and snacks. You know, some children, might not come to school or might be absent, from school from time to time because of the lack of one or the other of these basic needs. And when we talk of snacks, sometimes children come to school hungry, and as you understand, a hungry child cannot follow up lessons, cannot participate effectively, taking notes, doing exercises, and so on and so forth. So we encourage the schools to put this in their program, in their strategies, so to say.
Wow, that's great. But we want to believe that they are not taking it like a right for you to continue to clothe them, or is it just once you provide them with the basic, just an example like clothing, you continue, or you just ends on the first or second?
For this first phase, yes, we identify those who are really in need, like the vulnerable,
yes. If I was coming,
the IDPs.
If I came there, it's because we know where we are going, the type of country we are going.
Yes,
to.
yes.
A few months ago, IDPs, what was meant for the IDPs finally ended in those who are not even supposed to end. Yeah. That's where. What criterion are we using to ensure that the real people benefit?
Well, we encourage the head teachers and the parents. They know their communities best, and they should they are the ones to identify
Providers.
those provide us information. Those who are from really poor homes, parents who cannot really afford this basic either pedagogic needs or personal needs. Yeah.
Doctor, if you see me, if I'm stressing on this, some time ago, just a little bit away from what we're talking, some time ago there was this issue or this celebration of people with disabilities, and somewhere in Yaoundé, there were about wheelchairs, so quite a good number of them. The people who marched past, who were supposed to benefit from, none of them was supposed to benefit from the wheelchair. I mean, it's amazing when you get that type of a situation. That's where I'm coming. How much sure are we that we can avoid this type of nasty situation?
We understand what is going on in the country, but like I said, we really depend on the teachers and the verificators on the field too. Can physically verify, talk with the parents, of these vulnerable children, interview them, and try to ascertain the fact that they are really more in need than some other children.
Okay, that's great. Yes, Odette?
Just to add to what she said, well, the verificators or the supervisors on the field, that is, there was one time that we asked them, the supervisors that are based in Bamenda, and when there is a field work, we go down and jointly work with the supervisors on ground. So we asked the supervisors on the fields to provide us with IDPs. So since they are on the field and it's their place, it's their community, they best know where they can have these children, and they know the teachers so well. They know the teachers so well that, and even the teachers too, that they cannot really play tricks. And that is why PBF did this, that even we are in Bamenda, and it's good that there should be supervisors on the ground that are based from that particular place, so that transparency will be there for anything that we want to carry out.
Okay,
yes.
Working on the transparency.
Yes.
The next point I want us to look at is how best are we doing to improve on the teaching and learning conditions. How best are we coming in to ensure that the teaching learning process is improved upon. We know the type of area where we are focusing.
Okay.
Odette or Constance?
Odette.
All right, Odette.
Okay, PBF encourage the improvement of teaching and learning conditions of the school. That is, the school has to be enabling or conducive. Where to have to make sure that the conditions of the school or the environment where children or the pupils are learning have to be very conducive. Because children, primary school children, they like attractive materials around that, or even drawings, that when they see those drawings they would like to learn, they would like to stay in school. That is the retention. That is one of the indicators that they would like them to stay in school and in that environment to learn. So PBF can provide the school with those needs, with those didactic materials that the school needs, so that the school to be very, very enabling and conducive for those children to learn.
Okay, interesting. Yes. Doctor?
Yes, I also want to add that in terms of the school environment, infrastructure should be taken good care of. For example, if there are broken benches, they have to be repaired. There are broken windows and doors. The ceiling might be falling down. The floor might be very rough, and maybe it might be an earth floor where children cannot easily play. They could decide to cement it. They could decide to level if there are hills and stones. Everywhere, everything concerning infrastructure.
Okay.
And even equipment where they need like the basic teaching aid, which is the board, the writing board, the chalkboard. Sometimes the board is not even visible. It looks so
and at times I've
dilapidated.
I've seen chalkboards that are even so high for some
children.
For some children at a certain size, a certain age. Sorry.
Yes, so that even if they want to participate, one way of students' participation is by them going to the board, using the board, either to respond to it. So that is very important, like you are saying. So all of that should be taken note of by the school when they are making their plans. Yes.
Okay, interesting. Away from that, I just want to find out from you, how do you people promote coaching sessions and encourage teachers? Because the teacher is there, he has his family at home. At times he's not. Some just little basic encouragement can move mountains. I think, Constance.
Yeah, PBF promotes and encourages teachers to always attend seminars and that's pedagogic seminars, so that they will be informed all the time, and it will also help them better their teaching practices. So we encourage them and we coach them to always attend these seminars. Maybe Madam Ude wants to add, or Doctor.
Yes, and when we talk of coaching sessions, particularly with the head teacher.
Yeah.
So the head teacher should try to have, at least one coaching session with each teacher, and it's not only limited to getting knowledge about the project, about e-based and all of that, but also about pedagogic skills and issues. When they go, sometimes there are seminars for head teachers too, or when they go for these seminars, when they come back, they have to
knowledge is important.
Yes, transmit the knowledge to the rest of the teachers. It's like professional development. They have the head teacher has to look for ways to continually improve the development. Encourage teachers to improve themselves by going to these seminars, because sometimes there are some head teachers who don't understand, and they'll even stop their teachers from going to pedagogic seminars and so on.
And that's where the problem lies, Doctor. That's where the problem lies.
They expect money and things like that. So they should put it in their place. They need transport for teachers to go to seminars, or money for snacks and so on. Let them put them in their plans, and how to occupy the students, or the pupils, when these teachers, go out of school and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Before you step in, Odette, let me just find out from you people. Don't you think that at times it's better to bring, I know it's difficult, expensive to bring many more in the scene. Don't you think that at times it's better you get the teachers themselves, because the information before it leaves your room and gets to the next room, at times it changes. We've witnessed instances where, let me say, we come in here and we give a lecture on the use of the telephone. We give the modalities, this is how it should be done, this is how it should be done, and by the time the person who is supposed to transmit that information takes it out, he gives completely a different thing. Don't you think that at times it's better to bring the teachers themselves?
Well, sometimes it is not possible to close the school for all the teachers to go for a seminar.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens once in a while.
Right.
But in a situation where all the teachers cannot go, the few who go should come back and restitute, so to say, to the others. So it's all about, or if the head teacher feels a particular need, for all the teachers to have a seminar in school, they can program that and budget that. Why not? Then they invite, the inspectors or the specialists to come and have a session with their teachers only.
Okay, in that case, where do we find a e-base? In that case, where a teacher has a need and then he invites the education authorities.
All of that goes into their school plan. Yes, so when they are planning, you look ahead. You don't already plan for the beginning of the school. You look ahead for the
plan.
Yes, the improvement, the whole school year.
Okay.
If you think that the teachers need improvement in this and this and this and area, and you need to invite inspectors, you budget it. You improvement plan. Then e-base will
then you
stay in.
prioritize now the if that is the measure need at that time, you prioritize, then it goes into the action, to the quarterly action plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Before Doctor was saying something, I think you.
Okay, I wanted to just add that that head teachers, they have their own seminars, how they always program the activities of the school to run for the year. Head teachers, they have their own seminars that they only them attend, and when they attend that seminar, they are considered as leaders.
Okay.
So as a leader, if you have to coach your teachers on what you go and attend coaching sessions, then you go and pass and coach to your teachers in school. Even with PBF, as we went down for our workshop, we had but the workshop was with head teachers. Teachers were not involved.
Okay.
So now we then encourage the head teachers to go back and have at least one coaching session with all their teachers. Yes, so that they understand how PBF operate, because PBF is all about encouraging the educational attainment, to better the educational attainment of pupils.
The role of the parents. We've been talking about teachers. I think the parents they definitely have got a lot to share. Dr. Gladys.
Okay, thank you. The parents or parental involvement is very important in the education of the child, as we all know. So parents should, or teachers and the head teachers should work with the parents, encourage them to provide the school needs of the children for those who are able, because there are some parents who are able but they don't take it seriously. Every day they will say, oh, this child is always misplacing a pen or the book and so on. So they should be serious about providing these needs and the children's personal needs, and helping the children with their homework, even if the parents are not educated, but they can make sure that the children, is doing something. Like some of us whose parents are not educated, they will sit there and tell you, read your book, or if you are home, they make sure that you are doing something academic, so to say, even though they can't really follow up literally. So yes, parents, should be involved in the education of the child, even giving the psychosocial support we are talking about. The teachers can only do their part. The parents too should be able, to follow up the child, to make sure that child is emotionally balanced, eats well, is healthy, and treat illnesses as they come, so that children don't absent a lot from school. And because when they do, they're absent, of course, the knowledge gain will not be as expected, and the educational attainment at the end of the day will be less than what is expected.
Interesting.
Okay. We have seen that most of the times parents are like just pushing it on the teachers. That is the teacher. This picking they so that their teacher know the teacher, that their madam they so the teacher. But they forget to know that they have 75%. To play in the education of the child. So the school has only 25%. All through the children are with them in the house. When you are the one to follow up, if your child is like, if you know that you are not educated, you have way that you can walk up. That's why PBF is encouraging the teachers and the.
Let's get Dr. Tony here. Yes, doctor.
Yes. When I listen to you, pedagogues talking about children, I'm so moved. Look, I wish if there were several Dr. Tonys at different environments, at different schools, many good things will come to these children. But this is another suggestion I will give to you people. As pedagogue, please, you will have to, in the future, as you execute their project, start thinking about suggesting to do all those establishments to obligatorily have social workers who are permanent in their establishment, and nurses who are permanent in their establishment, because you are talking about projects in two vulnerable regions where war has been the order of the day. And when you are talking about war, you are thinking about the consequences of the war. You are thinking about the social worker. You are thinking about a nurse. So let teachers have that pedagogic dissemination of information, and the holistic care of the children stays with the social worker and the nurse. So please, if you can start thinking about these two personnel and make it as a condition that these two people must exist in your establishment, that would be the better. Yeah, we have school counselors. Those are academic counselors. They are not social workers, nor are they nurses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tony. Thank you for that. Odette, I think he stepped in when you were saying something.
He was just contributing.
All right, he was just doing any contribution. I'll turn down to you now, Constance.
Okay, I did not finish. I was saying that that PBF encourage teachers and the parents that they should work hand in glove, so that the educational attainment of their people should be better. So that's why it's good that parents should always follow up their children back at home. When they come back, parents should make sure they follow up their children. If there is assignment, the teacher can only help you to identify that this teacher can help your child back at home, but the teacher will not be with your child in the house. So you are the one now. You are the one to run behind the teacher. You, the parent, to better the educational attainment of your child. Not the teacher now to be running behind you that do this. That because most parents, they put blames on teachers, but forgetting their own part, that they have the greater part to play.
Constance.
Yeah, just to add, PBF also encourages parents to join hands with teachers to offer psychosocial support, especially to children who have faced maybe trauma from conflict or any other situation. Maybe children suffer bully from their peers in school. So we encourage parents to ensure that they follow up with their children and the teachers to offer psychological first aid to these children. So that is one of the ways in which PBF encourages parents to be part of the project.
Apart from that, Constance, any other? Because at least we've been able to identify the provision of basic learning material. We have been able to identify the provision of other needs like clothes. We've equally been able to identify quite a good number of them.
We just also encourage the equal treatment of every pupil in school. It should be an inclusive environment. A child with disability or an IDP should be treated like any other child in school. So we also encourage this. Imagine if children are comfortable, if they are happy and they're in their normal state, they will learn and they will stay in school, and of course they will attain their educational goals.
Let's get to Doctor.
Yeah, let me add this about inclusive education. If there are some children who are physically challenged and maybe they need maybe a wheelchair, or they need maybe some special reading glasses, or they need, whatever their needs are, the school, in collaboration with the parents, or the parents, together with the teachers and so on, can factor it in, as one of the strategies. And then PBF will see whether they can buy it or not. So it boils down again to the idea of, no child being left behind, whether you are handicapped or not, whether, we
don't draw any line with no segregation.
We should try this idea of equity to come in. We should try. Education is free for all, yes, but there are those whose circumstances, do not permit them to be up to par. So we are trying to help them, in terms of equity, to be at the same level with those who are able.
Now, I think as you audit, we've had the e-base group. We've had quite a good number of them and their activities being felt in society. This is the pilot phase. Yes, after the pilot phase, are we thinking of going faster, taking another step?
Yes, we are hoping so, and even praying that should come, because that is our goal. That is why we are working. We are working tirelessly so that this program should be scaled out. Yes, that we will not just end at the pilot phase. And based on the successes that we are already having in the at hand, we know that this program will be scaled out and it will benefit all of us. It's for the good of everybody.
You are talking about successes. Can you recount to us just 2 or 3 of them? Around us?
Yes, based on the indicators, the what we needed for these schools to be included into this program. All the documents we have then in our office. Then the access from the beginning, when schools will just resume, the access and retention of people, the level of the enrollment of people have increased. Have increased, and they are in all the peoples that they were they were enrolled at the beginning. That was September. We see that the number that we took we took to work with them has increased.
Okay.
And the children
They are all there.
in terms of retention.
Yes, if they can always stay back because of sickness or whatever, but they will come back, not because of the word PBF or because PBF has failed in any way.
Okay.
They can just stay back because of the little challenges that we know of.
Okay.
Yes.
It's interesting to discover that there are some points where you can actually boast of success. We are going round in the next 4 minutes. All of us, we are going around to make our own contributions so that we can round up the program. I begin with you, Odette. What should we say? What should we tell the people to do as far as this whole issue is concerned? Yes.
Okay, I want to seize this opportunity again to thank all who listen to this program and to emphasize on this point that this topic that we had, I was really touched when I was preparing this script. When we were preparing the script, the part where parents are coming in is very, very important, because I saw that if parents really sit up, this educational attainment of their people will be better. So my message is going particularly to the parents, that they should sit up and follow up their children back at home. It does not cost anything for you to make sure that your child, it will not cost you anything. Instead, it will make you to put a smile on your face when you see your child having a good and bettering the educational attainment. You will be the one to be moving and boasting that, no, I have, is because you work. If you work for something and finally you have that thing, you achieve that thing, you will be happy. So parents should sit up.
That's great.
Yes.
Dr. Gladys.
Thank you. I want to insist on the fact that, education for children is supposed to be free, compulsory, and of quality. In fact, all the national and international bodies, be it UNICEF, be it UNESCO, be it United Nations, they insist on this. So we are calling on the education community, the parents, the teachers, the school administration, and so on, to help these children come to school. And then when we are talking about educational attainment, it means when a child goes to school, primary 1, the child should be able to complete primary 6 and pass, the exams, whether it's first school or general certificate. So we have everybody, all hands have to come on deck to make this a reality for most children. So parents in particular, ensure that your children go to school, ensure, help in the discipline, try to reduce absences and try to feed them well, try to keep them healthy. These are factors that are very important in the educational attainment. Thank you.
Constance?
Yeah, I just want to use this opportunity to thank every listener of this every listener of this program, and thank you for your contributions, especially to Dr. Tony, who is always calling in to give in 1 or 2 comments. And then we also want to use this opportunity to encourage parents who have children in schools that PBF cover, that we should keep working hand in glove with the PTA, with the school, to see that we improve the educational attainment of pupils, especially in the Northwest and the Southwest. Thank you very much.
It's been a wonderful show from our end here. Remember that your child has got the right to be educated, and it is his or her right to get educated and to be supported. You got the wonderful voices of Dr. Gladys, Madame Ge, Odette, Madame Constance, and at this end for coordination, my name is is Shay. God bless. We had Tuza Ezekiel on techniques. Don't go away, for we still got more on the airwaves of Abakwa FM radio.
I love to go to school. I want to be a doctor. I love to go to school to learn to read and write. I love to go to school. I want to be a lawyer. Education. Education is the key. Education. Education is the key. Education. Education. Education is the key. 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 Uncle Jonathan was once a